Nobody's here. Just you and me, Cagey. You're facing the wrong way. There's Mark. What's up, Mark? How you doing? It's gonna be a really short one tonight. I'm home alone with just Cage and I, and Darla's visiting grandchildren. I go back next week, stay a few days and visit, and then I'll be coming back. Then we'll all be coming home. I think. Oh, wow, we actually have some people here. Cool. Yep. Last week's video went really good, man. It's been like uh, probably one of the best lives we ever did. Hi, Mary. How you doing? How's things in Colorado? Hopefully they're going good for you. I guess. I guess a lot of they've done some changing, so that's good. It's nice to be back in Arkansas. Where Cage and I are here on our property. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy, and every morning it's been raining, and which is good. The bad thing is it we're kind of getting a little bit. I noticed today we're starting to get ants, so I got to work on that. But it's always something, you know. Doesn't matter where you're at and what you're doing. There's always something you got to deal with when you live in an RV. So, hey, Pep Tink, you are back safely. Yeah, it wasn't coming home wasn't too bad. It was only like 650 miles. We left on Monday morning. We were here on Tuesday morning. So I got up. We actually went to Memphis from uh, from Kentucky. We went to Memphis, spent the night in the at the pyramid there, the Bass Pro Shop pyramid, and then I got up like at 3:30 in the morning. Just hopped on the road, and we were here by about 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Ants, baking soda. Hi Barry, how you doing? That that doesn't kill them though, does it? Baking soda. I was watching a couple of videos, like exterminator guys, and they were saying you got to kind of find out whether they're going after sweets or they're going after protein or what they're trying to get. And once you know what they're getting, you set a bait, and then you go along the edge, you know, in the corners of the wall or whatever, and you put some poison in there, and then they kind of drag through it and take it back, put it in the hole. Works well and cheap. Well, it's they're in the motorhome. They're they're running through the pocket door into the bedroom. They're going in and out of there somewhere. So I don't know what's going on. I hate ants. We've always had we we were down in San Fernando Valley when we were doing Christmas trees. We had to stay there for the tree school in this campground, and I we got ants, and we've never been able to get rid of them. We've tried and tried. They'll be gone, you know, when it's cold, when it's wintertime, they're hibernating or whatever. But once it starts warming up, man, here they are. They're back. So today they're still right now in the bathroom, man. They're just right about around where his food's at, but his food's gone right now. Hey Zach, how you doing? Hey, yeah. So Darla's not here tonight. She's with the grandchildren, the new baby. So she's all excited about that. But I'm sure she's having fun. Let's see what else is going on. Like I say, tonight's going to be a short one. New subscriber, Preston County, West Virginia. Oh, somebody's calling me. Why is someone calling me? Hang on, folks. That's my brother. So here, I'll have to call him back. Anyway, yeah. So let's see, Virginia, West Virginia. Yeah, cool. Here it's really pretty there. Um, it's been nice here. I'll tell you what, man. It is so super green here. It's great. Just really nice. Enjoying it, being in the green. I mean, it's pretty green in Kentucky, but man, it's a lot greener here. In fact, we rocked our driveway and our pad up here and everything, and it's covered in grass. You can't even see the rocks. It's crazy. We're in Arkansas. Darla's in Little Rock, and I'm near Mena. We have property here, and I'm on our property. Yeah, just kind of kicking back, taking a few days, trying to get after working for 4 months straight. 7 days a week. It's just nice to just kind of take it easy. Yeah, we had a lot of fun over there. It was fun in Kentucky. A lot of really cool people there. We got a few people on here. Kind of fun. Like I say, last week the video just man it really went crazy. I was surprised. It's still going crazy. So interesting. Didn't expect it. Didn't really clickbait it or nothing. Just got back from Pigeon Forge today. Yeah, it's pretty. We almost went to work for Dollywood there one time, and thing was we couldn't get a campsite. Our little Sturgis rally, gone to Sturgis, Kentucky. Well, we've been to Sturgis a couple times. I never did the actual motorcycle rally. Um, the reason behind that is that when Sturgis was going on, we would close the shop for like 2 weeks, and we'd go somewhere else. We just get on, just the wife and the dog and I. We just get on the bike and we pull a Bush Tech trailer, and we do like a 5,000-mile trip, just her and the dog and I. And it always ended up going over to Highway 101 and 1, coming down the coast from Washington. That was always the finale of the ride. So sometimes we go through like Zion and Capitol Reef and all that kind of stuff, and or we go to Glacier or somewhere, Yellowstone, whatever. But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I really miss those days. I do. You guys towed the truck with the RV or both driving? Oh, I tow it. I've got a the truck is a manual shift, and then I've got a. I used to have the first I had a blue ox where it plugs in the receiver, and it's got all the hookups that way. And then I got a Roadmaster. They were always just they wore out every year. And now I got the old style. Um, it's a blue ox, but it's the old style where it's got the ball, the ball on and the hitch. Shoot, that thing tows better than anything. Little Sturgis, Kentucky, twice. I didn't know there was Little Sturgis in Kentucky. Never heard of that. I know there's a lot of motorcycles there though. I haven't seen hardly. I was since we've been back here. I haven't seen any motorcycles. There's like certain times of the year. There's the CMAs here, and they get a bunch of bikes twice a year. They do a function like in the spring, and then they do one in the fall. But there's a lot of really good places to ride here. There's Wilhelmina, which is a big mountain, and that would be a great place to ride to. And it just the roads around here. It's all 55 miles an hour. So anyway, have a good night, Bill. Have it set up to tell me you're alive. So I'll be around. See you next year. All right, Zach. Hey, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Zach lived behind the fireworks store, and him and his brother and family would come over and visit. They buy fireworks, and I don't know whether it was him or not, but some of the people that were behind the store would shoot them off over our motorhome. It was crazy. I think they were just trying to see if they could run us off. Cooking here in the San Joaquin Valley for the last few days. Yeah, it's been real hot. Um, Doug, Doug D, you guys see him on here all the time. He lives in Vegas. It's like 115 degrees. Let me see. It's roasted. It's 81 here. It got up to 82 today. So, and the humidity's kind of low too for here, so it's not too bad. If you get, I was outside working today putting the covers on stuff and putting down the ground cover and tie downs for the awning and stuff like that. And if you get out there and start hustling around, you get a little sweaty, but it's not it's not that bad. Usually, if it gets 90 degrees here and has 85% humidity, it could be pretty miserable. We're cooking here, yeah, yeah. It's been hot all over the place. It's rained here a couple times today. It was raining a little bit this morning, and it rained a little bit this afternoon, and now it's pretty much just sun's going down. It's really nice, super super green, just screaming green. You guys can all see Cage here, huh? See my little buddy? He had a taco for dinner. He's all happy. Hey, John. Hot here, humid too. Yeah. Well, you're up there in Oklahoma, man. That's hot town for some reason. I don't know why it's so cool here. I really honestly don't. It hasn't been real hot since we've been back. We've been back since last Tuesday. So I mean I think the hottest day got like 85 degrees, 86 degrees. So it's pretty nice. Sometimes you guys need to make it to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. Oh yeah, where's that at? I need to get another bike is what I need to do. But what I want, they're kind of being ridiculous on the price. And I think things are going to get real. I think things are going to really get crazy here pretty soon. Um, I've seen a lot of stuff lately that makes me feel like things could get real tight for a while, and hopefully everybody's, you know, got some food stashed and got some water stashed and got a few bucks and going to be able to just kind of ride it out because I think being in a motorhome's a good thing. The only trouble is you got to have fuel to run them, and if they shut that off, it's going to get kind of crazy. Everything's high, yeah. Well, I watched that thing last night on what was on YouTube, and Tucker Carlson was on there, and then Trump came out, and he was on for like an hour and a half, and I mean he sounds different than he has before. He's really really serious right now about things, and usually he's just kind of snarky, but last night he was just laying it on, and well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm not sure. Rogers, Arkansas. Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be strange times, strange times, and it's. I've had some people contact me that are wanting to get into the RV thing right now, and I'll tell you, buying an RV right now, I mean, if you can hold off just a little bit longer, I think the prices are going to come way down. I'm just like building my little mini house out here, my tiny house. Um, Price of wood's starting to come down. Home Depot and Lowe's are starting to feel the pinch. Um, they're they're starting to lay people off. Things are starting to change. So you know, it's going to be interesting to see. Might be some deals out there. Hello, Red Panda. Yeah, it's I don't know. I hate to see I hate to see things get tough because I know some people. I mean, you got house payments, you got car payments, you got that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden, you get laid off from your job or something. Man, experience. I know we went through some tough times. It wasn't because we got laid off; it's because we were self-employed, and when business got bad, I mean, we had a couple times we've hit high high red debt. Anyway, we had it where we had to come up with people's pay and stuff like that, and it could be pretty miserable when you're handing out money to everybody, paying everybody's wages, and then when you get all done, there's nothing for you, and that I've been there in that situation, or when we had our motorcycle shop, and I mean, we didn't get a call one time for 2 weeks, not a call, and we never were like that. Our shop was always in the wintertime when it got really, really cold. I was building custom bikes and I was doing paint jobs and stuff like that. So we didn't make as much money in the winter as we did during the summer, but we made enough to survive. And then when things went south in '08, it just kept going down, 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 and made it pretty tough. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. Retired 5 months ago. Have a camp along the Cheat River going full time in the next summer. Hopefully prices go down. Looking for a nice used diesel pusher. I think yeah, you said I read your thing. I think it was yesterday or today. There the thing is with the diesel pushers, and the hard thing about it now is if you want to stay '08 and older, if you get anything newer than that, you're gonna be paying too much for something that's not worth very much. Um, they have a lot of problems. The older ones, I mean, this thing, it's always got something going wrong with it. That's just the nature of, driving a house. It's like putting your house through a 9.5 earthquake all the time you're driving on these roads anymore. They're terrible, but it's fixable. It's got the basic electronics in it. It's got the engine is pretty basic. Transmission, everything in this thing is something that I can fix, and that makes a big difference. I mean, coming back from Kentucky, the regulator in my alternator is acting up, and now it's overcharging. It charges at like 15 volts, which is, I mean, it's not going to blow the batteries up or anything, but I like it to charge around 14. And the thing is, it's like I think it's a 120 amp alternator. I think that's part of the problem because what I've been doing lately when I travel is I like to travel either late at night or early in the morning, like while it's still dark. I get out there with the truckers and just kind of cruise along and not have to deal with downtown traffic. If you have to go through a city or something, you just zip through them, and it just it's just a lot lot easier on me. I just feel a lot more comfortable just cruising along. I don't like driving at night. It's harder to see and stuff. I just don't drive as fast, and I try to stay in the slow lane, and the truckers they're pretty cool about it. You know, I mean they'll if you I do 62 miles an hour, I set the cruise at 62, and I'll get these trucks come up alongside of me, and they're moving out, and you know it gets a little bit hard keeping this thing on the road when some of them trucks really create a lot of side draft, but hey, Rich. Anyway, it's better than being in heavy traffic and people cutting you off and all that kind of stuff. I don't have the patience for that anymore. So I like to just get out there on the road, set the cruise, and just sit there and try to dodge the big holes. That's what I do. A lot of the I'll tell you, I was really kind of disappointed in Tennessee. The roads this time, man, that Highway 40 is a mess. There's certain spots, you know. One thing about it, Arkansas is probably one of the poorest states in the country, and but their roads aren't nearly as bad as like California and Tennessee and Louisiana. A lot of these other states, man, the roads are horrible. And I-40, man, that's one of the worst. Arizona, you go through Arizona on I-40, it's terrible. Okay, John. See you later. Like I say, I won't be on here too much longer. So I was talking to Darla on the phone right before I came on live, and I just told her, I go, I'm just going to do a short one. Try to see if anybody needs anything. And I was kind of hoping that Ronald Silva would come on. So if you have any questions, Ron, you could go on my Facebook and and friend me if you do Facebook, or you can go to Economic Refugees RV at gmail.com, and we can exchange information or something if you have any questions. Um, like I say, that it seems like the older motorhomes, if you can find one, a lot of times these things don't have. Mine's getting mileage on it now. It's got like 140,000 miles, almost 140,000. But even still, for a diesel engine, that's nothing. And the brakes and everything on here. I mean, really, this thing doesn't need anything too much until about 300,000 miles. I've had to put 2 sets of tires on it, but not because they're wore out, but because they're aged out. So I had that blowout on that left inner dually, and I knew that we weren't leaving Colorado until I had new tires on it. So put the new tires on it. Definitely this rides better, feels better, and maybe it's just psychological, but I like the feeling of having new tires on this thing. And I greased everything. I got underneath it when we were there in Kentucky and greased the front end and the U joints, and just kind of do the quick check over. And another thing I have to do on this thing constantly, because I like it to look good, I've touched up paint, and now I need to do more. I got to need to do this inverter. So now that I'm here, I'm in a situation where I'll be able to do that. We have a 2001, and we love it. Fortunate so far. Yeah. Well, 2000. What kind is it? Yeah, do rears tomorrow. Uh, Clutch issue for a Chevrolet. Okay, that's not a problem. Ford Travel. Okay, Ford Travel. That's a good rig. Yeah, they're good quality. And that's what you want. I mean, um, I I would say I'm not a big fan of Winnebagos, and I'm not a big fan of Fleetwoods. Um, some of them, some of them are good, but I mean, there's problems with some of the Monacos too. But for the most part, if you don't get the high end, you just get like this one is a Imperial Holiday Rambler Imperial, and in 1995 and 1996, this was the flagship. Normally, it would be the Navigator. Harley Davidson owned Holiday Rambler at that point of Holiday Rambler's life, and they built this particular model. They only built it 2 years, and then in '97 they sold out the Monaco. And I mean, it's got a lot of good quality stuff in it, you know. And if you can get, like I say, dodging the potholes, I think that does more damage to these things than anything. The roads are just over the last 13 years of traveling, um, the roads have really deteriorated a lot, and it's with something like this, of course, this thing rides on air, but it's still I've adjusted the air ride all different kinds of ways, trying to get it to take the bumps better, and it just doesn't. I've got put Coney shocks on it, done the whole thing, but it just doesn't seem like there. It's you need to put some pavement down on the roads. The cat miss you. They are getting big. Oh yeah, yeah. Those kitties, man, they were kind of fun. I love cats. I'm just real allergic to them. And oh, I had someone try to get Cage out of me today. Man, I went to Kentucky. We have our Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco Bell are the same thing. And the guy I went in the drive-through and the manager, he's looking. I keep seeing him. He's checking out Cage. He comes over. He goes, "Hey, I'll trade you 8-piece bucket of chicken for your dog. In fact, I'll throw in 2 sides." I said, "Hey, get my dog, man. Give it up my dog." This guy, he's something else. He can't go anywhere without getting the people giving him treats. Are the roads worse than in California? Well, what's happening is the roads are getting to be like California roads. I mean, I know how bad California roads are. I mean, we lived in the high desert of California, and those roads. I mean, they had a thing one time where they wanted to put blue lines in our city on the sides of the road. I don't know. And I knew a guy who went to the city council meeting. He says, before you do that, you ought to put some pavement because I don't think the paint's going to stick to the dirt. So they didn't do it. But yeah, it's just that's another thing nice about driving at night is that I can see the lights real good behind me, and if I don't see any trucks coming, I'll usually get out in the fast lane and just hang out there. And when I see a big truck coming, I'll get over back in the slow lane. I'll take the bumps because I'm not going to slow them down. They're working. Yeah, toys can be a problem. We of course I sold my bikes and everything when we decided to do this, and I put basically put my motorcycle shop in storage, and now we moved this. It's here in Arkansas. My shop is in storage, less than a mile from here, and my plan was to put up a big building here, but some of the circumstances of life have kept me from being able to do it. And I'm not sure. I don't know if I can push those dressers on and off the lifts anymore. Um, ever since I had that blood clot from the freaking COVID crap, um, it I would be afraid trying to push those things on and off. Now working on them's not a big deal to me. I mean, I'll just build the motors right in the frames, but the transmissions or light stuff like that. But get it, just physically pushing them things up, you can get in trouble real fast. They're heavy, You get 800 pounds and you get them up, 8 or 10 inches off the ground, and they get kind of wibbly wambly wobbly. Roy and Becky's Travels, howdy howdy, how you doing? Glad you're here. Yep, I had my old refrigerator come loose on my first ever trip in Bakersfield. Yeah, well, yeah, there's my TV. Um, I have a flat screen TV, and there's like a frame where it used to be a 19-inch TV that sat in there, and I modified everything so that the TV would slip in there, I just put a little pad of Velcro on the bottom of the TV and on the bottom of the lip, and it just sits on there. It was fine, but when we were going to Kentucky, man, it snapped it. So what I ended up doing is I just put some big bolts in there and stuff, and it's solid. It's solid as it's going to get. And I want to fiberglass it though. I'm going to take it off. I just didn't have time. We were too busy when we were there, so but take it off and fiberglass it real good. Let's see. Oh, Jason's here. Hi, Jason. Let's see. Lou and huge pothole. Yeah. Yeah, the worst part about it is it's on Darla's side of the truck most of the time. And another thing about this motorhome is it's 104-inch wide, so um, the K rails, man, they're not friendly to this thing at all. That's another reason why I like cruising it late at night, early morning, late at night. Hey, how you doing, RV bandwagon? Good to see you're here. Let's see. Yeah. So it just another thing with traveling at night is if it's real cold, if the weather's real cold, like usually when we go to Quartzsite, that one year we went, it was 12 degrees at night, and as long as the engine's running, the heater's running, and everything, it stays pretty warm, and then stop during the day and sleep for a few hours when the sun's shining. It's a little warmer, and your heater's not running continuously and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, makes you kind of learn the ins and outs with this lifestyle. I mean, like if you're going west, you leave early in the morning if you're driving during the day because the sun's coming up in the east, and then when the afternoon comes, I don't like to drive with that sun right in my face, so I'll pull over to the side, park for an hour or so, let that sun just get down so it's not shining right in my eyes. I got these new you know sunglasses that go over these, and they seem to work really good. So, but I still don't. Even with sunglasses, when you got 4 foot tall, and that's how tall my windshields are, 4 foot, man, that you get a lot of sun, you get a lot of heat, you get the whole. It's pretty uncomfortable. So anyway, let's see. It snowed here in Quartzsite this past winter. Yeah, you could do that. um, I've seen it flood pretty bad there. I've been there we went to go do laundry, and when we went to go back, the it was a big wind dust storm, and we couldn't find our motorhome. We were driving around. We were staying at Rose RV, which was like a you basically were boondocking, but you're like in a campground. You just kind of pick a spot, and it's $7 a day, and then they have water and they have dump station and stuff, but they charge you for every freaking thing. And we finally figured it out. It costs more to stay there than it does to just stay in a regular campground. So anyway, we ended up just now we have a campground we stay in. We like it a lot better. Let's see. I've had blood clots too on blood thinners now. Now I'm on blood thinners too. I never had I never had problems. I mean well I should say I never had anything real crazy. I've been a diabetic since I was about 45, but I think a lot of that is the crap that you eat and stuff. But man, last 3 years I've just really had my leg would never be the same again. It's just really crazy. And yes, we did have fun. We had a great. We always have a good time. Fireworks is fun. People are the people. People come in to get fireworks. Are usually pretty happy. So that's a good thing. We had a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with the people. We had a lot of repeat customers that knew us and were excited to see us. And we got hugs. And of course, Cage likes to kiss everybody goodbye. We have him in the store most of the time. And when people get ready to leave, he comes right up on the counter and has to get. In this one family, it was like 6 kids, mom and dad, and he kissed all the kids. And all of a sudden, I look over and mom and dad are over there kissing him. It's crazy. People love this goofy dog. Right, LTV. Yeah, well, um, Roy, Becky, we actually work in Quartzsite. We work in the big tent, and we work for Guard One Services. We do recruiting for gate guarding. So they pay for our campsite and everything. So and we get paid for working in the tent. Just part of we have like a deal that we do every year, and so it doesn't cost us. They pay for a whole month, so it works out pretty good for us. We got a nice campground, and it's like of course the price went up. I think it's 250 a month for a full hookup site, and then you got about 35 or $40 a month for electricity. But the good thing about it is we're close to the tent, and we have full hookups. My phone keeps ringing. My brother again. Yeah, one second. Let me just tell him. Hey, John, let me call you back in a few. All right, bye. Anyway, so yeah, it works out pretty good. You have any solar on my rig? I don't. And the reason why I don't is to run, to charge batteries. Um, it would probably cost probably get away with about $3,000 worth of stuff, but to run anything like air conditioner, you're talking $10,000 to $15,000 to put enough stuff on there. And I got a 7.5 kW diesel generator that sips diesel fuel. It'll run. In fact, every time, like when we came here, first I fill my propane tank and I fill my diesel tank, and when I park it, and then that way, if it gets cold, we have heat. If the electricity goes out, we got the generator. So I just keep that thing maintained and running good, and a lot cheaper. You could buy a lot of diesel fuel for it, and it'll run everything. Runs everything in the motorhome. You run both airs and the microwave and the convection. You could do all that stuff. So let's see. Do you know? anything about the ceramic tinting film for the windshield. It is supposed to UV block and keep things cool. Just started looking into it. Well, I know ceramic coating's a big deal anymore, and I have like a it almost looks like screen, but it's really tight woven, and all my windows are covered, and I can see out, but you can't see in, and it lets air in. I mean, I could open this window, and it helps in the wintertime too, but it's like having another screen, and you still could get air, keeps bugs out, and all that, and it really cuts the heat big time. So um, that's what I use. We Our motorhome has a 9-layer roof and 5-layer walls. It's got a double floor. As far as insulation goes, it's pretty well insulated. And I mean, right now both airs are turned on, and they run. They'll kick on during the day, and one to run for a while, another one to run for a while, and then they both are off for a while. What I found is I got this the living room one. I had to buy a rear one, and I found one that was like brand new. It was used, but it was off of a fifth wheel, and I got it for like $400 instead of 11 or $1,200, and it came with, the guy had everything, the panel, gave me everything, the control box, gave me the whole thing. And it's got the dump where you can flip a little deal, and it opens up, and it dumps right direct, and you open that up, and close this noise. um, you open that up, and it really cools it off in here. Works really, really good. So it would be worth it. I think they're about $100 for that panel in the living room area. That would be a really, really excellent thing to get. It I would say it has at least 3 times the cooling factor of just going through the ducting, and it just blows straight down. It blows in real hard, so I like it. Made a big difference in here. Don't need it in the bedroom. Um, in fact, I had a 15,000 BTU that I put on the bedroom, and it it helped a little more than the 13.5, but the 13.5 keeps it nice and cool back there. That room stays warm, and it stays cool. It works really good. Okay, let's see. We have 2230 watts. We're able to run a low voltage window unit during the day. Yeah, if you're in quartzite, you're definitely going to need that. I mean, if you're boondocking and you're in quartzite right now, I would say if you go up to Williams, out just outside of Williams, there's a whole BLM area up there where you could stay almost continuously, and it's a lot cooler. You're up 7,000 feet. And hi, Phil, how you doing tonight? At a heat index of 105, the RVAC can't keep up. Yeah, well, that's, I mean, the combination of what we have with the exterior covers on the windows. Well, you've been in here, Jason. I mean it. I mean, in Kentucky, we're sitting right there. We're sitting right in the sun all day until the sun goes down, and I mean, we never. It was always you walk in here. I mean, even inside the store, it was a lot warmer than it was in here. You walk in here and go, it's nice. So yeah, it's those are some of the tricks. We have a electric heater, like it looks like one of those little fireplaces. It's got the fake. Well, it looks pretty realistic, but the one we had before drew a lot of electricity, and the cord would get hot. This one doesn't heat quite as well, but it doesn't get as hot, and it doesn't heat the wire, the cords up. And if you get it warm in here, and then you have that thing on, it'll keep it warm, keeps it nice um, in the winter time. Um, we haven't been in 0 degree weather with it yet. I don't know how good it would do then, but that's why you have propane heat. And we have two little electric heaters that when it gets real cold, like we were in Colorado and it was cold, we have two, and we run both of them, yeah, electricity wise, and stays pretty nice. It's 42 years old. Wow. It has the old R12 refrigerant in it. We can get it pretty cold in there when we run that one on the generator. Yeah, that old R12, man, I think that was a lot better stuff. But um, I guess Furion's making a new air conditioner, but a lot of the times where the air conditioning units are kind of screwed up is that they actually put the temperature sensors right in the intake part of the air conditioner. It, what you want it on your control panel. On this motorhome, the rear temperature thermometer or thermostat was on an outside wall, and as soon as the sun came up, the air conditioning ran all freaking day long. I mean, it would be freezing cold in there unless you shut it off. It didn't. It didn't. It never shut off. So I actually, and it was quite a job to do, but I was able to move it, and I ran all the cabling and everything back through the wall and came into we have a cabinet in our bedroom, and I ran it into there and drilled the hole, ran the cable out, and mounted it right on there, and it's off that outside wall, and it's on some nice thick oak, so it works perfect now. And there's Darla. Hi, Darla. She's here. So she's here in a little more than spirit. She's here. Let's see. I see Cage doesn't want to play ball. Cage is like just really mellow tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you heard the guy at the chicken place wanted to trade me a bucket of chicken for Cage. I told him, does it come with sides? No. But it was true. It was a true story. He goes, oh, I'll trade you a bucket of chicken for that dog. Anyway, he's a good boy, and he's spoiled. You can't tell it, huh? He's a spoiled puppy. He had a taco for dinner tonight, so he's happy. He had pancakes and eggs for breakfast and a taco for dinner. He eats what I eat. The dog food is junk. I don't think they get enough nutrition with dog food. So, wow, look at this. I'm almost up to an hour. Any other questions? Got about 10 more minutes. Answer some more if anyone's got any. You guys stay in Quartzsite all year round? I thought if you're out there at the long-term visitor area, that's closed now, isn't it? Oh, there's Dougie, 115. I know. I was talking about you earlier. Too hot. 79 here, Doug. It got up to 82 today. We have a 100-gallon fuel tank. We got, and our propane's 48 gallons. So, and then we carry 100 gallons of water, 60 gallons of gray, and 40-gallon black. And baby, say hi. Yeah. And I always try to, usually when we're traveling, I try to, by the end of the day, I try to usually fuel up so that if I decide we need to take off, I usually just like to get out, get on the road, and drive for a few hours. I don't like looking for a fuel stop right away. Yeah, man, you're brave staying in Quartzsite in the summertime because that place is really hot, really hot. That, well, of course, like I say, um, you could go up there to Williams area and you get up around 6, 7,000 feet up there. It's a lot cooler, a lot more comfortable. Now it has $75 pass for what, the summer? Yeah. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it's I don't know. For me, like I just told you, we get all the covers on. Got covers on the mirrors. Got covers on the tires. Everything gets all covered. Everything gets the slide outs out. Everything, get everything all set up. And then if you have to, you have to go dump or something. It's a pain in the butt to, put everything away and all that. So that's I like. I don't know. There's we used to have a Lance camper on our truck, and I think the water tank held like 24 gallons of water, and I mean it didn't hold much of anything, but we didn't stay much. If we stayed at campgrounds, we usually stayed in the tent camping area because it was a lot cheaper. But yeah, I mean it worked out good for us, but we usually just use that thing. We would get on a road trip and stay overnight somewhere, and we were constantly pretty much moving. So Williams and Belmont last year, cool. Fans are excited to see Cage. Yeah, he's just laying here though. Cagey, Cagey, Elias, Elias is on TV. Yeah, you can see he's not turning around for nothing tonight. Everybody loves Cage. Everybody loves Cagey Boo. He's a good doggy. Yeah. Well, one thing nice about here is we have everything, and we have basically two spots for RVs, but we have another spot where you can put a third one. And the thing is it only has a 30 amp service, and but would have water, but you have to fill your water tank and then dump down by our shed. You have to have like 30 feet of drain hose, but it works. So we go back and forth between here and Roadrunner BLM. Huh. Your mama's not there. No, she's on here right now, but she's in Little Rock with our oldest daughter who just had a baby boy. So she's there, and then she's going to go visit our youngest daughter for a few days, and then she's going to come back, and then um, I'll be going over there and staying a few days too. So by then, maybe the little one will be grown up enough where I don't feel like I break him if I hold him or something. What are they doing during the day at courtside? They're probably sleeping under the RV. Cage is missing his name. Oh, missing his mama. Yeah, my eyes. Woo. Yeah, he does. New dump stations and water fill. They're even paving the roads in here now. You see. Yeah, well, I heard they were putting all new cables and all kinds of stuff there. So no, they've been working on it. Like I say, we used to stay there at that Rose RV, and it was $7 a day, and then it was like $20 to dump your black tank and gray tank and fill your water tank. And man, it was got expensive. Didn't take very long because we we decided to go full time. One of the things we did decide is that moving into a small RV, which is small compared to what our house was, um, we wanted to be as comfortable as possible. Like I always tell people, like the chair I'm sitting in right now. You know, when you go, that's one thing that I had to have is I wanted to have a nice, comfortable chair and be able to watch TV and stuff like that. And I, as far as RVs go, this one is for me is probably one of the best ones that I could have. It's got a big slide out in it, and it doesn't have a slide in the bedroom, but I don't think you really need them in the bedroom. I mean, as long as we our bed faces forward and back, which is I think better than sideways. Especially like a couple times, Starla, when she hasn't felt good or something, she'll just go back there and go to bed, and Dog and I'll just sit up here and drive. And if you're laying sideways, you're constantly trying to roll, speeding up and slowing down and stuff, but when you're going with the direction of the vehicle, you don't get that jerkiness. You never want to buy an RV where the head of the bed is on the right hand side, because if you do, then if you just want to pull off to the side of the road and park, your feet are higher than your head. Solar. Only at night. We run on solar during the day. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I did my hour, and appreciate everybody coming and visiting. And um, I don't know what's going to happen next week. I think probably I don't think we're going to be able to do a live next Sunday because I'll be in Little Rock at my daughter's, I believe. I'll have to look it up, but um, after that we should get kind of back on a schedule again and be able to keep it rocking and rolling. So anyway, you guys have a great evening. Thanks again for watching. If you would hit the thumbs up for us, it gets us out there better. And good night, Tyler. Good night, everybody. You guys have a good one. Really appreciate you. Talk to you later.